Hi, my name is Maggie, and I'm part of the TESS Research Foundation. I have two siblings with SLC13A5 Deficiency. People with SLC13A5 Deficiency have seizures caused by genetic epilepsy. To figure out how best to treat them, my siblings go to a doctor every 3 to 6 months. Today I'm going to be meeting with Brenda, the doctor for both of my siblings. What does it mean to be a scientist?
A scientist is someone who discovers new things. Short but sweet.
What have you learned about SLC13A5 in your research?
So I work closely with the TESS Foundation. I'm on the scientific board, and we have learned a lot of things through the funding that the TESS Foundation has provided for our scientists all over the world. We know that the cause of the disease is they lose the ability to transport citrate. We know that the kids have seizures early in life, the first week of life almost always, that many of the kids can be seizure-free if we find the right medicine cocktail, but not all of them. We know that they have a movement disorder, that they have difficulty expressing themselves, even though they understand more than they can actually say. Well, you can tell me, does Colton know more than he can say?
Definitely.
So the biggest thing you notice with Colton is he knows exactly what he wants to say, but he can't say it. And that's called oromotor apraxia. He wants to talk, right? What do you want to say?
That.
Yeah, but I can't always understand it because you have trouble forming the words. Another thing is, you're sort of wobbly, aren't you? Yeah, you like to wobble this way, and then you wobble this way. In fancy words, that's called apraxia, but it just means you're wobbly. There you go. You see? You didn't know how to do that even a year ago. You weren't that steady, right? You want to show everybody how big you are and strong? Yeah? Oh, you're going to get back on the chair. Okay.
What experiment do you want to do to figure out SLC13A5?
Well, right now we're working on developing what we call a natural history study, where we follow the kids over time. We measure all kinds of things, their EEGs, their movements. The whole point of that is so that in a year or two we would be able to try to do a clinical trial with gene therapy, where we replace the gene that's not working.
What's an EEG and what is it good for?
An EEG is a test that we do where we measure the brain waves of a person. And it's good for determining what kinds of seizures somebody's having. It's good for determining if they're having seizures or not. And it helps us make a good diagnosis and know how to treat somebody.
What is a clinical trial?
A clinical trial is where you take a patient and you provide them with some new treatment or therapy and you see whether it works.
What can we do to find a cure for SLC13A5?
So I think there's lots of steps, but the first thing is the TESS Foundation is doing a great job of funding researchers around the world that I think are going to provide the answers. So
Yay.
We need to keep raising money so that we can pay them to do the research. We also need every family in the world with SLC13A5 to participate in clinical trials and provide any kind of information they can about their child.
That's important.
It's very important.
Yeah. Thank you so much for teaching me about scientists.
You are so welcome anytime.
Thanks for watching this video. Go to tessresearch.org for more information. See you later.